Welcome back to God Helps. Today we're talking about something serious and powerful, the miracles that Jesus performed throughout his ministry. You might know the popular ones like turning water into wine or walking on water, but have you heard about these lesser-known miracles, like healing a man from a distance? Trust me, these 5 stories will blow your mind and make you realize the true power and authority of Jesus, so get ready to be amazed. 1. The healing of a nobleman's son, John 4:46-54. This story, found in the 4th chapter of the Gospel of John, tells the account of a nobleman who came to Jesus and begged him to heal his son, who was dying. Instead of going to the nobleman's home, Jesus simply told him that his son would live. The nobleman believed Jesus and returned home to find his son had been healed at the very moment Jesus had spoken the words. This miracle is significant because it demonstrates Jesus' ability to heal through faith alone. Not only did Jesus heal the nobleman's son without ever meeting him in person, but he also did it simply through the power of his word and the faith of the nobleman. 2. This miracle is less well known than the feeding of the 5,000, which is recorded in multiple Gospels. The feeding of the 4,000, Matthew 15:32-38, Mark 8-19. This miracle, recorded in both Matthew and Mark, tells the story of Jesus feeding a large crowd of people with just a small amount of food. The crowd, which numbered around 4,000, had been following Jesus for several days and were in need of food. Instead of sending them away, Jesus took the small amount of food that was available, which consisted of 7 loaves of bread and a few small fish, and through a miraculous multiplication, he was able to feed the entire crowd with enough food to satisfy them all. 3. Healing of a man with an unclean spirit, Mark 9:14-29. This story, found in the 9th chapter of the Gospel of Mark, tells the account of a man who brought his son to Jesus, seeking help for his son who was possessed by an unclean spirit. The spirit caused the boy to convulse and foam at the mouth, and the man was desperate for Jesus to heal his son. Despite the difficulty of the situation, Jesus commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the boy, and it obeyed, leaving the boy healed and free from its grip. This miracle is significant for several reasons. Firstly, it demonstrates Jesus' power over unclean spirits and evil, as he commanded the spirit to come out of the boy and it obeyed. It also shows Jesus' compassion for the boy and his father, who were both suffering from the boy's possession. Secondly, it highlights the authority of Jesus over the spiritual realm, showing that he has the power to heal not just physical ailments, but also spiritual ones. Finally, it serves as a reminder that Jesus is able to deliver us from any kind of oppression, whether it is physical or spiritual. 4. The raising of the son of the widow of Nain, Luke 7:11-17. This story, found in the 7th chapter of the Gospel of Luke, tells the account of Jesus encountering a funeral procession in the town of Nain. The procession was for the only son of a widow, who was being carried out to be buried. When Jesus saw the woman's great sorrow, he had compassion on her and said to the dead young man, "Young man, I say to you, arise." And the dead man sat up and began to speak, and Jesus gave him to his mother. 5. The healing of a man with dropsy on the Sabbath, Luke 14:1-6. This story, found in the 14th chapter of the Gospel of Luke, tells the account of Jesus being invited to dine at the home of a leader of the Pharisees on the Sabbath day. While at the dinner, Jesus noticed a man suffering from dropsy, a condition characterized by the accumulation of fluid in the body, causing severe swelling. Instead of ignoring the man's suffering, Jesus healed him on the spot, despite it being the Sabbath, and such actions were considered a violation of the Sabbath laws by the religious leaders of the time. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something new about Jesus and his miracles. These stories of healing, feeding, and even raising the dead just show how powerful Jesus truly was and still is. The idea of him healing somebody from a distance with just faith alone, or feeding 4,000 with a few loaves of bread, it's just mind-blowing. I hope this video makes you realize the true power and authority of Jesus, and that it can impact your own life in some way. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Type Amen if you agree. Click here to watch this important message.